backcourt. We're well aware of what they're capable of, so we're paying a lot of attention to them, just trying to stay all over them if we can and not give up anything easy. And I thought our defense was good, but I also thought we benefited from the schedule. You know, we were able to finish our last series on Friday, and they had to go to a tough Game 7 in Denver and a quick turnaround. So the schedule favored us, but I thought we took advantage of the situation and got off to a good start.
Second row, right-hand side.
Anthony Sutter with The Athletic. Were you shocked how they defended Steph, dropping their big so far off?
No, nothing. Nothing really shocks me. We've seen pretty much everything, and I think every defense is sort of personnel based, and so these playoff series are always interesting, and they didn't have a whole lot of time to prepare, so they've got a tape to look at, and I'm sure they'll make some adjustments. But you got to do what you're most comfortable with, what your players are comfortable with, and that's what every team tries to do. So Steph got free and had a big night and carried us at times, and obviously that was a big part of the game. I also thought the key stretch for us was the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. They made it a six or 7 point game to start the fourth. Portland made a really good run at the end of the third, and our bench came in, did a fantastic job getting us the lead back up to about 12 or so before we went back to our starters. So great job by our bench.
Steve, Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. On that note, with the bench, what did you also see in the second quarter and overall to be able to carry what they showed in Game 6?
Well, same thing, second quarter. Jonas came in, knocked down a couple shots. I thought Jordan Bell's minutes were good. They just came in and executed and defended. And, the biggest thing is if we can buy some time for our starters to rest and even extend the lead, then, that's a huge deal for us. And this series feels like it's a series where we can play more people. It's a different matchup. And I think that what you saw tonight is what we'd like to get to every night if we can in terms of playing 10, 11 guys.
Third row, right-hand side.
Hey, Steve. Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press Democrat. When did the med staff clear Damian Jones to play, and how was that for you to be able to send him on the court after all he's been through?
Yeah, so he was cleared basically the last couple of days. He was cleared for contact. He played a 3-on-3 yesterday. As of shoot-around today, we had declared him out because we were just sort of, in that routine over the last several months. And, when we got to the stadium, the training staff said, he can go tonight. So we had that extra roster spot because of our injuries and put him out there. So it felt good to put him there the last couple of minutes, to see him do well. He's been working unbelievably hard, and he's such a great kid. And so it's nice to see DJ back out on the floor.
Third row, left-hand side.
Coach Kerr, Tony Harvey, Sacramento Observer. You just mentioned about buying time, with the layoff that you had.
I'm sorry, about what?
Buying time, for rest for your players. That's kind of like a strategy going in here because you got away with not playing one player over 40 minutes tonight. That strategy you came in with tonight?
Yeah. As I said, we feel like this is a series where we can use more bench players, and that'll be the strategy if we can. But every game's different, so we'll see how it goes.
Scott Osler, Chronicle. Steve, what did you think of your team's pace and push, the way they pushed the ball?
I thought it was good. I thought we were actually in a rush the first half. We took some quick shots. Turnovers weren't too bad. I think we had 7 at the half. We finished with 14, which is a decent number. But it seemed like we were just in a hurry. The first half took a lot of quick ones. We were just not quite in our rhythm. But sometimes that happens, the first game of a series. You're kind of feeling out the game, and I thought we settled in better in the second half.
C.J. Peterson, the San Francisco Examiner. Steve, what did you think of the game of Drebko, Looney, and Bell? Trio of bigs came off the bench. They combined for a plus 20 tonight. What did you think of their games overall?
They were great. Looney has been great, throughout the playoffs, every round. And Jonas and Jordan have played, sporadically the first 2 rounds, but both guys came in, gave us a big lift today.
Coach Bruce McGowan with KCBS. The Blazers made a couple of runs, made it interesting, but you never got the feeling they were really going to make that push. Did you always feel pretty comfortable, or was there always a little uncertainty because you know what Lillard and McCollum are capable of doing?
You never feel that comfortable as an NBA coach in any game because everyone's got talent, and especially this team with McCollum and Lillard, we know what they're capable of. We've seen both of them just have huge nights in the playoffs. CJ's Game 7 was incredible the other day, and Damian goes without saying, what he's done. So, we go into the fourth. I think it was a 6-point game. No, I did not feel comfortable.
Coach Logan Murdoch, NBC Sports Bay Area. You talked about the run in the third quarter, and they had 31 free throw attempts to you, or I think 18. Is there stuff that you want to kind of fix going into Game 2 as far as maybe sluggishness and things of that nature?
Yeah, we'll watch the tape tomorrow as a team. Your coaching staff will come in the morning and watch it, and you always figure some things out. You see some things, you recognize some patterns when you go back and look at the tape. So there's always adjustments to make, win or lose. So we'll look for areas where we can get better, and keeping them off the foul line is one of them for sure.
Second row, left-hand
Hey,
side.
Steve, Draymond's had a string of pretty good games, but what have you seen from him from a leadership standpoint during the playoffs?
I just think he's very comfortable. He's playing at such a high level, and he's mentoring the younger guys. He's talking to them on the sidelines, and Draymond is one of the smartest players I've ever been around, and he walks that line between being over the top, emotional, and passionate, and I think he's walking the line really well right now. He's just playing the game and delivering in a big way.
Fifth row, right-hand side.
Colin Ward, Henninger, CBSSports.com. You talked about how this is a series where you might be able to play more guys. I'm just curious if you could elaborate on that, on why this series as opposed to maybe Houston where you had to play fewer guys.
It's just a different game. Every team presents different challenges. There's different matchups. The way Houston plays, it makes it more difficult to play a lot of people. They just look to isolate you in every spot on the floor, and just their style of play makes it more difficult. So nothing earth-shattering.